I think that what a lot of people feel is you're deemed coach or you're deemed the owner, and by default, you are put in a leadership position and people should buy in and listen to what you say. Unfortunately, that's just not the case at all, even a little bit. In fact, because you're put in those positions, you have to work extra hard to get them to buy in and do what you say and all the rest. There's stolen from John Maxwell, there's different levels of leadership. And I've tweaked this a little bit to fit more for our setting. But I believe the first level of leadership is positional leadership, meaning that people follow you or do what you say because they have to. You're their boss, or you have these initials after your name, or you are their coach. You're running the 8:30 a.m. class and they're taking it, so they have to do what you say. That's a very low level of leadership, and there's no buy-in from anybody. It's a force of hand. It's I hold the power, you don't, so you have to do what I say. It's people are following because it's the law, because they have to, not because they want to, or any other reason. Level 1 leaders lead in fear. They're afraid of losing their power. And the way they lose their power is by having the people that they're coaching or leading rise up to that same level. If you're a level 1 coach and you're coaching a bunch of your members and they get their level 1, and that's all you are as a level 1 leader, then you no longer have any say over them. You have no real true leadership. And people have come up to me and said, Ben, I have this issue. I got this problem where, I have my affiliate, it's going well, but the biggest problem I'm facing is with my members are coaching other members. Mm-hmm. What do I do about that? By definition, you are a level 1 leader. They've gotten their level 1. Now they think that they're these coaches that can coach other people. Well, if that's the only reason you feel like you can coach them is because you have your level 1, you are at the lowest. You're just a positional leader. What we're all trying to aspire to be is the next level of leadership, which is a relationship-based leader. And what that means is people are now following you, not just because of your title behind your name, not just because you're coach, not just because you're their boss, but because they have an inherent trust and they like you. The analogy there would be if someone off the street came up to you and said, the way you're doing your thrusters with a closed grip on the bar, and the bar is actually a half inch off your chest, is if you opened up your palm and let that fall on your chest, I think you'd be more efficient with your thrusters. You'd be like, who the hell are you? Whereas if your brother said that to you, your brother's never done CrossFit before, but he's like, I read this, you should try it. You'd be like, okay, because you trust your brother. There's a level of trust. There's a level of buy-in. It's much, much higher than the level 1. You have to get past positional leadership and grow into relationship-based leadership. It's why the most important thing we have in our affiliates, by far and away, is the ability to build relationships. Without the relationships, you can't coach. Mm-hmm. That's why we put so much emphasis on it. So we're all trying to grow into this next level, which is relationship-based leadership. It's a nice place to be. It takes a lot of hard work to get there. To get there, you can't do it by coaching the points performance. Most people think that the elements courses that they run or foundations or on-ramp, whatever you want to call it, is about getting people up to speed on the points performance. This person's not ready to come to class. Yes, they are. When you started CrossFit, you didn't know anything. Right. You could do it. What you need to do, the reason for an elements class is to start to build the relationship and the trust between the coaches and the new member and the affiliate in general and the new member. That's what it's about. If you can build that trust, then all of a sudden, they're going to start to listen to you and get the buy-in. But unfortunately, what happens is if you stay at that relationship level, first off, relationship gyms are good. They're low drama. I don't want to say they're low drama. There's less drama because there's not the infighting of, I don't think this person believes in me and this person is trying to take my job. That's gone. Yep. So it's a friendship based and they're very social and they're fun, great place to be a part of. People want to be there and they hang out after class and they're doing all the right things. Unfortunately, if you stay at a relationship leadership place, you're going to lose highly motivated athletes or highly motivated coaches because they're looking for more. Mm-hmm. They want more. And what they want is results. And that's the next level of leadership. If you are a results-based leader, what that means is I've delivered results for people I am leading. I've hired people with no coaching experience, develop them into be great coaches, and they're now on the level 1 seminar staff, and they're coaching people around the world, dictating the message of CrossFit. That's showing results. The next person that comes in on my coaching staff is going to have another level of buy-in because they've seen what's happened in this place. They've seen the growth of a pure newbie with no coaching experience all the way up to one of the 50 most well-respected coaches in the world. They've seen people come in that were 80 pounds overweight that now have 6-packs and are doing 30 unbroken pull-ups at a time. They look around and like, whoa, there are results here. They see the class of soccer moms all in their 40s ripping off, 3-minute Fran times. It's like, whoa, they all have 6-packs. It's like, there's something going on here.
Right.
There's results. There's a bigger buy-in. Now that's great, but what we're trying to do is get even further than just that results. What we're really trying to do is get to an individual leadership basis. And that is where I deliver results for you. So if you see the results around you, it's kind of like if you went to, if you were a walk-on on Alabama football, you'd be like, I buy into Nick Saban. Like, I know what he stands for. I know the man's talking about because he's had incredible results in a dynasty, the most dominant college football program in the world, numerous number 1 draft picks. Like, this is exactly, it's a part of what I want to be a part of. But he hasn't delivered results for me yet. I'm a walk-on. All of a sudden, by year 2, I'm a scholarship athlete. By year 3, I'm a starter. And by year 4, when I'm a senior, I'm being touted as an NFL pick. Like, Nick, thank you. Anything you say, I'll do. Like, you've delivered results for me. It's not about what you've done for other people. It's for me. At that point, when you're a level 4, people will run through a brick wall when you've delivered results for them. So let's say you've gotten somebody that walks in the gym and they're 100 pounds overweight and they can't run to the 200-meter line and they can't get up off a bench or a toilet seat without some major work or assistance. All of a sudden, you get that person down to where they're running 9-minute miles and they've lost 50, 60 pounds and they're starting to do some workouts prescribed. All of a sudden, and they get their life back. All of a sudden, that person's like, Coach, what's next? Just tell me what else you can do. And you're like, well, there's this thing called zone or paleo or macros. They're like, I'll do it. Like, instead of this infighting or everything else. Or even better, you go up to that coach, that athlete, and you're like, call him John. Like, John, I know you've been doing it this way. Here's my thoughts. If we just change this up a little bit, he's like, Coach, of course I'm going to do it. There's no like second guessing. Like, if I'm a level 1 and I say that, he's like, does he really just want to stay above me on the leaderboard? Does he just not want me to be better than him? Is he trying to put me down? All the little questions come up. There's a 5th level, which is not really what we're aspiring to be, but it kind of just takes place, which is this pinnacle leadership. And that's really what Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, Phil Knight's Nike, Phil Jackson. I'm reading a Phil. Yeah, and actually, you're right. Phil Knight. Yeah. If you go to work for Phil Knight, he's a level 5 leader probably. That level 5 is pinnacle. And that's where your reputation supersedes everything else. People are seeking you out for what you stand for. In fact, what Nick Saban, if a walk-on comes on, he's going to get that buy-in on day 1 because he's got that reputation. Mm-hmm. Most of us as affiliate owners don't have that. I don't have that. I've it with some people, like Katrin David's daughter moved from Iceland to Boston to train with me and be coached by me because she saw me as a level 5 leader. Mm-hmm. But Mike and John Mary Smith from the next town over that are just hearing about CrossFit for the first time and never heard of what we do are walking the doors for the first time, and I'm a level 1 when they walk in. I can't coach them the way I would coach a level 5. Right. Level 5, the athletes on my team and the athletes I coach to go to the games, I don't need all the cordials. I don't need all the criticism sandwiches. I don't need all the pleasantries. I can be a lot more blunt and direct with them because they understand the motives behind what I'm doing. The buy-in, they totally get it. Now I still have to work on it. I still have to build the trust, but it's nowhere near newbie walking in totally uninitiated, unknown. For them, the first steps is building a relationship. And you can't jump levels and you're on a different level with everyone in the gym. Because you're a level 5 with some doesn't mean you're a level 5 with everybody. Because you're a level 4 here, it means the big thing is if you can recognize where you are with each of those athletes, Holy cow, the power you have, because it tells you what you need to do. If you're a level 1, you got to build a relationship. If you have a strong relationship, you got to deliver results. If you deliver results for a whole bunch of people, you got to show that person results. You do that with enough people and you become a level 5.